today we are lucky to have Dr. Darren Bryant with us. Darren, can you share with us what drives you to conduct the research on the middle leadership?
Actually, when it comes to things like school reform, we really know that middle leaders are essential to make changes happen. And I wanted to see, did schools who embraced reform, who were innovative, did they tend to use their middle leaders differently than traditionally they have been in schools, which have been more traditionally used as curriculum managers and not really as forward-thinking leaders? What was interesting to me is a smaller number said that they also engaged in leadership around organizational and even systemic areas. Organizational leadership has to do with building capacity. Some middle leaders even said they actually engaged with government to advocate for their areas of responsibility, to suggest ways that policy could be better parsed and enacted.
Who will be the main target for your knowledge transfer, for your community engagement?
So one could be middle leaders themselves. It could actually involve more innovative work, more work with engaging people from beyond the school, and draw capacity into schools. Another group, I think, is senior leaders in schools. They may also want to think a little bit about what they can do to set up structures and also adopt some strategies that would help develop the leadership capacity of people who have those middle leadership roles. Another area could be, in fact, government policy makers. They don't have a middle leadership professional standards, and I think we can start working with groups like COTEP to start to think a little bit about how do we enact these standards with middle leaders. One thing that's already happening is in our department, a few of us have been working together on some tenders and different projects that are targeting middle leaders and are working on enhancing their capacity. In addition to that, there is in Hong Kong now a new career pathway in the education system that tracks from pre-service teachers through to the principalship. And along the way, there's intended targets for professional development. I think this research could inform government and professional development providers around the sorts of areas where we want to focus on enhancing the leadership capacity of middle leaders, particularly around organizational and system leadership.
I noticed that before you started working on this research, there was very little coverage on middle leadership in the literature. However, in the past 2 or 3 years, we saw a rising number of research on middle leadership. So this is really a timely and a globally relevant topic. And thanks for your sharing.
Thank you.
If you wish to know more about Dr. Darren Bryant's research, you can approach him at this email address.